Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat. You're watching iGyaan. Today we are checking out a new phone. It's the Tecno Camon 20 Premier 5G. Let's quickly unbox it and take a look at the device. We've got this really interesting packaging that on the back says stop at nothing. Oh well, and then inside you can see that you've got this really nice camera layout on the outer box. Now of course this is a reviewer box, so it's not how you're going to get it. But inside you do have the actual phone itself, and they did send us an RGB light for some reason. Let's check out the phone box. As you can see, it's got this really nice blue color on it, and you've got some specifications on the back of the box. And this phone is expected to be priced around the 35,000 rupee price bracket, and we'll have links in the description so that you guys can go buy this phone. Inside the box, you'll get the phone itself along with some documentation and a case which has a really nice edge, as well as the back is matte finish. The edge is silicone, so it's really nice cover, and I wish companies would start improving their inbox covers like this. I really like this case. Also in the box is the charger along with the USB cable, and there is also a SIM ejector tool. Taking a closer look at the phone itself, you can see that once we remove the packaging, on the back is this leather finish that we've seen on Tecno phones in the past. It's also got this grid pattern which is sort of geometric, and the camera layout is also of an unusual shape. So the camera bump has this pentagon shape which kind of looks nice. So on the front of the phone is the front facing camera. It's a 32 megapixel camera with an f2.5 aperture. It's got a 24mm lens as well as a 1/2.8-inch sensor. What is also interesting is the micro LED flash. So it's a micro slit there, and you do have dual LED flash on the front, which is exceptional for lighting up the subject when you're clicking pictures with this, especially in low light environments. Below that is the main screen. Now this is a 6.67-inch AMOLED display. It does have 120 Hz, and it does have a fast touch response, but you can always switch all of those settings in the settings panel as well. The resolution of the screen is 2400 by 1080 pixels, gives it a total pixel density of 395, and this phone does support an always on display. Also in the display at the bottom is the fingerprint sensor, which is fairly easy to set up and pretty fast and responsive. You do see an asymmetrical bezel on the front, with the sides having minimal bezel, but the top and bottom, so a forehead and chin on the phone, which doesn't look too bad to be quite honest. On the bottom, you'll find the SIM tray, the microphone, the USB-C port, and the main speaker. The USB-C is a 2.0 USB port, and on the right is the power button, the volume buttons. So at the top, you can see a secondary microphone along with the second part of the stereo speaker setup, and there's nothing on the left of the device. Now, this does have a plastic frame, which I feel has been made to look like metal, but it is purely plastic, and because of the finishing, it doesn't look very sharp. It actually looks like there is a plastic film on it, but there isn't. Let's talk about the back. That's the most interesting aspect for now. It's got a triple camera on the back with a 50 megapixel f1.8 camera, and you do have a 1 micron pixel size, which is fantastic. This one also has the sensor shift optical image stabilization, which is excellent and is one of the more stable sensors that you can get. You also have a 108 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide sensor, which also doubles up as the macro sensor. The 2 megapixel camera here is being used as a depth camera, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's there. And then you do have a ring flash, which does have 8 LEDs in there. So it's ultra bright, and it gives you that ring effect in your eyes if you take a close up. You also do have a laser focus sensor, which is just below that, and that is basically what the back of the phone is. And then you have this leather finish that we talked about previously. The case looks really fantastic on the phone. Not only does it give the front protection, but the back also gets matted out, so in case you don't like the leather finish, popping on the case will basically hide that as well. The phone runs iOS 13 out of the box, which is on Android 13. The UI is cluttered with a few preloaded applications that you cannot uninstall, but there are some that you can remove as well. I would have liked a cleaner operating system, but this is what you get. Running everything is a MediaTek Dimensity 8050 chip, which is a 6 nanometer chip. Not the latest in terms of chip technology, but 6 nanometer isn't bad. And then it is an octa-core chip with a Mali G77 MC9 GPU. This phone has built-in 512 gigabytes of storage, which is massive, and 8 gigabyte of RAM, which can also be doubled up using their MEM fusion technique, which is basically a virtual RAM method. And you can go up to 8 gigabyte in this, but you can go to a lower 3 gigabyte, 5 gigabyte, or then the maximum 8 gigabyte. Now the phone does have a graphene plate in there as well as liquid cooling to cool off the phone. So for extended periods of use, especially if you plan on using this device for gaming, that will sufficiently cool off the device and you won't feel any heat or lag from the phone. The battery is a 5000 mAh battery, which should suffice for more than a day's of use, even with high intensity usage. And then you do get a 45-watt charger, where this device does support fast charging with up to 45 watts. Overall, the phone seems like a good mix of specifications. The display has good viewing angles, and with media playback, the speakers are nice and loud. The phone does have Wildline L1 support, so all your OTT apps will work without any problem. The cameras look good, and the colors on the screen look excellent as well. The main 50 megapixel camera has sensor shift image stabilization and can do video at 4K at up to 30 frames per second. Even though I would have preferred 60, but the sensor shift image stabilization means that your 4K 30 FPS video comes out super stable. The macro camera also works great, and the octa ring flash is also excellent for basically moving up close to subjects and getting a really tight shot with the right amount of brightness. Laser autofocus definitely helps in getting the right kind of focus, and portrait shots look amazing from the main camera. The front camera does have the front LED flash, which is a really useful feature for a lot of people who like clicking selfies, but will also be useful for video, which the front camera can only do 1080 at up to 30 frames per second. Overall, it's a well-packaged phone with good features, and I really like the back design. I would have preferred a metal frame or a better looking plastic frame for the sides of the phone, but I really like the cover that is included and the fact that the screen protector is pre-installed. If you want us to check out this device in depth, let us know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new here. This has been Bharat. I'll see you guys in the next one.